If your feed is full of AI is taking jobs, you are not imagining it. The more operational story for 2026 is time. Who controls it, how it is spent, and whether work is being redesigned or just renamed. Welcome to Papercut and 2026. Start with the job story because it frames the mood. A forecast suggests the U.S. could lose around 10.4 million jobs to AI and automation by 2030. The headline is dramatic, but the nearer term is more useful. The next few years remain mostly human, with AI reshaping tasks far more often than it replaces roles. Oxford Economics offers another angle. Some layoffs branded as AI-driven may be standard restructuring in newer language. That matters because leaders can waste a year chasing narratives instead of improving how work gets done. There are early clues about operating models, too. The World Economic Forum sketches multiple futures for jobs by 2030. McKinsey's CEO says tens of thousands of AI agents are already working alongside consultants, which hints at a world where capacity is not only headcount. Geoffrey Hinton keeps raising the question of whether profits could rise faster than employment in parts of the economy. Here is the employer takeaway. Most organizations cannot control the macro story. They can control whether AI is genuinely useful inside their walls. Build reskilling into the week, not into a library. Publish internal examples with what improved and what took a second attempt. Give AI agents governance and service levels. Promote people who make tools useful, not people who only talk about them. The where argument has cooled. The sharper edge now is when. Many workers have accepted location rules, and they are pushing harder for schedule autonomy and predictability. Microshifting is part of that shift. Short work blocks that fit concentration, commuting, caregiving, and real life. In healthy environments, it can protect deep work. In unhealthy ones, it stretches the day and keeps people half on all the time. Enforcement is also tightening, including new monitoring systems for return-to-office compliance. And workers are pricing the trade-off explicitly, including the idea that a lower-paid remote role can still feel like the better deal once the time cost is counted. For HR and employer brand teams, calendars matter more than slogans. Define team service hours, response expectations, and no meeting windows. Track attrition against meeting load and schedule control. Pilot new rhythms where they matter, then document what changed. When talking to candidates, use specifics people can test. The college-to-office path is under pressure. Randstad's CEO has suggested grads look to trades, hospitality, and STEM where demand is clearer, because entry-level office routes are narrowing. Reporting also suggests the average new hire is older as employers favor experience. This creates a practical problem. If entry ramps shrink while ready now, expectations rise. Organizations end up competing for the same experienced people, then calling it a skills shortage. At the same time, HR is moving closer to core decision-making through analytics and AI. That brings more influence, and it also brings responsibility for building the pipeline, not just managing it. The response is straightforward, even if it is not easy. Build credible routes in. Create earn and learn tracks that convert. Invest in internal mobility as a system. Make progression clear in language candidates can verify, not in value statements. Yes, there are cuts. Citi is cutting around 1,000 roles as restructuring continues. Wall Street eliminated 10,600 jobs last year, the most since 2016. Stellantis and Ubisoft are trimming in specific locations, and trackers show more reductions into January. Two things can be true. Labor markets are cooling in pockets, and AI language can be used to reframe familiar decisions. Even in companies that are not cutting, many teams have a workflow problem that needs redesign. If restructuring happens, clarity matters more than reassurance. Explain the rationale plainly. Share what support is real and be specific about rehiring pathways. If hiring continues elsewhere, say so early and clearly. In 2026, employer reputation will be shaped by operating choices people can feel. Time rules, learning rhythms, and real pathways forward. Make the system work, then show your work. That is how trust is built. Thanks for tuning in to Papercut. Don't let Monday catch you off guard. Subscribe now. See you next week.